got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens.
Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Now Santa Maria will put up a three. Bang! Santa Maria.
There's Warner. Here comes a headed jam. Count it for two. The field. Adios! And the Falcons win on a walk-off. And it's saved.
What a game. What's this? Smack. To the left. That is gone.
Lob for Perez. That's my play. Off the backboard. Count it. And a win. And a win. Ryan Perez wins the game for the Santa Rosa Warriors, and they go nuts. And why not? And a very pleasant good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another broadcast here on the Rio Sports Live Network. Joe Bowling with you, coming to you. We're in Edinburgh, Texas, and it's the STX football presentation of NEXGEN Bowl 5. It's 8th grade football here on a Sunday afternoon, and thanks for tuning in wherever you may be. These kids will all be featured at the high school level when they next hit the gridiron, but today they're playing for some bragging rights. East versus West. It's the red team is the East team. The blue team is the West team. And a overcast sky, but a good crowd on hand here at Edinburgh. And we're set to go for this, what is the NEXGEN Bowl number 5, presented by STX Football. I'm Joe Bowling. Bert Ruiz on one of my cameras. Ribs is on another camera. Jammer Ruiz helping on the sidelines, assisting us with the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a favor and shout out to any fans that may want to be interested in watching this game, that where you're watching the game so they too can tune in and watch this action. It's 8th graders playing for their last time before they transition into high school football. Team captains are already being brought out to the midfield area. There'll be 12-minute quarters. They'll be playing a full football game here on the turf field at the Spark League here in Edinburgh, Texas. Players coming in on the west side from PSJA North, from Palmview, from Mission Veterans, from Mac High, from Nicky Rowe, from Edinburgh Vela. Just some of the high schools that these kids will be playing in starting next year. On the east side, you have players that will be playing next at Raymondville, Harlingen, Rio Hondo, Brownsville Veterans, Harlingen South, San Benito, Ed Couch Elsa, St. Joe Academy, Harlingen, Westico, Los Fresnos, La Feria, just among some of the high schools that will be taking a look at some of these players coming up to join at the high school level. The team captains meet out at the midfield area. The teams head to the sideline. Will be on the side represented by the East. And so we'll have some players in our shot, most definitely. But at this Spark League facility, there just isn't a way to elevate a camera high enough. You should see Bert standing on a fence with a camera tripod on a table. And just when I think I've seen it all on how we're going to get a broadcast together, we bring out another wrinkle on how to give the best view possible. There's Bert's view. Ribs is down on the field level side, and he'll be giving you some shots from that level once he gets that camera active. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the opening kickoff of this. It's the NEXGEN Bowl number 5, 8th grade classic, STX football, and it's all right here on the RSL Network.
Have a finger-licking good time at the South Padre Island Crawfish Festival, happening April 12th at the South Padre Island Convention Center. Immerse yourself in crawfish heaven as you taste traditional boils and innovative twists on this Louisiana specialty. Let the good times roll with live music from Morgan Wallen Tribute Band 7 Summers. There'll be plenty of fun for the whole family, and oh yeah, plenty of crawfish. It's the South Padre Island Crawfish Festival.
Back here for the pregame show here on the Rio Sports Live Network, brought to you by the City of South Padre Island, by Luke Furia Motors. And playing in the national anthem. See if we can catch that. And there you have it, the playing of the national anthem here in Edinburgh, Texas at the NEXGEN Bowl number 5 set to go. East versus West, and these are all 8th grade football players that will be playing at the high school level once they conclude here playing in this game here in the spring. And I applaud the weather conditions here. It's an overcast sky, a breeze blowing. It's 80 degrees at kickoff. We could be in a whole lot more misery here, or in a day or two we could be out here and trying to dodge raindrops. West team already out on the field. They're in the blue uniforms. They'll be going left to right as you take a look at your screen first. In this case, they'll be going right to left. They warmed up in the left end zone. All right, let me give you some preference here. Our score clock, we've got it operational. Is there a score clock in the facility? No. So don't look at our time and think it's exact. The time is being kept on the field by the officials. We'll do our best to tune in with them as we have this. Ball teed up for the West All-Stars. And we're ready to start this game. STX football put this program together for this NEXGEN Bowl. And already we're in year number 5. So thanks for tuning in wherever you may be and help promote these kids playing here on a Sunday afternoon. Ball is kicked and away we go. It's a short kick. It's off the fingertips. That's a live football picked up by the East, and now they'll rumble to the left side and be brought down there. And they'll set up shop 1st and 10. Now numbers, well, we were given rosters with numbers, but as is the case with coaches all-star games, same situation here with the NEXGEN Bowl. You'll see multiple number 2s, multiple number 4s, multiple numbers on here as they're represented here on the West and the East teams by wearing the number that they played in at their middle school. But it's a first down situation for the East. We're just underway here in this one. And the East will set up shop. Quarterback is Cruz Esquivel. Check that. That's going to be Nelson Ratliff. He'll be playing at San Benito. Big hit there delivered. Coming across to making that hit was Liam Mendetta. He'll be playing at PSJA North, and that's a short gain on the play. 2nd down for the East, just underway here in the first quarter of play. Ratliff, the quarterback. Next to him in the backfield is Cruz Esquivel, who will be playing at Harlingen. That's San Benito and Harlingen in the backfield. Handoff. This is going to be a run, and this is Ratliff. Ratliff takes it down the left side. Ratliff's got some room and gets a big gain there for the East. Move the chains and move the ball into the west side of the field. Take a look at the replay here. And look at the blocking that opens up there on the left-hand side. And the speed shown there by Ratliff to gain the first down. First down play, they'll mark him out at the 48 of the East. So the ball's still on their side of the midfield stripe. Bert's got a much better view than I do as I'm sitting here behind the bench on the East side. And a timeout on the field. First possession of the game, the East is moving the football. They'll have a first down. That was just a quick timeout, so they'll keep it here. And send in a new play from the sidelines. Esquivel is the quarterback. He's in the white helmet back there. He'll take the snap. Esquivel going to keep it, runs up the middle. Esquivel dances across to the 45-yard line, and he'll gain a good 8 yards on the play on a first down play. Good move on the initial tackler coming in, and Esquivel left him in the wake. Second and short for the East on the first possession of the game. Ball at the 45 of the West. Esquivel sets him down, waits, takes a snap, and loses it, has to get back on it, stays with the ball, rolls forward, ends up losing a good 8 yards on the play. And you're talking about a center quarterback exchange that most likely isn't what they had at middle school. And now because of the loss on the play, it's third down. That's a 9-yard loss. So 3rd and 11 coming up for the East All-Stars. Three receiver set on the right side for the East. Esquivel rolls to the short side of the field, waits, delivers a ball. It's going to be picked off by the West. Bring it across the 45, and a tackle made there. Interception for the West All-Stars. That's Nick Esparza. I'll check that for the West. That's Noah Tornero out of Edinburgh Vela. And take a look at this. Esquivel going to be coming right at your screen. And the pick there for the West. And they'll set up shop. 1st and 10, West with the ball after the turnover. Ball at their own 46-yard line. First down play, roll out right side pressure coming from the East, and down he goes. Nowhere to go for the quarterback for the West All-Stars. Victor Alvarado, the quarterback. And taking a look at the replay here, you'll see it all starts with penetration for the East. And just 2 guys back there. A loss on the play of 7, and it's 2nd and 17 for the West All-Stars. Again, we're given a roster, and Victor Alvarado appears to be the quarterback. Keeps it here, runs up the middle, dances forward, got some of the lost yards back, ends up gaining 5. Brings up 3rd and 12 on the carry by Alvarado. So 3rd down, and now call it 14 yards to go as they'll mark the ball down at the 43-yard line of the West. They've got to get it to the east side. The 44-yard line will get them a 1st down. Pressure coming again. And another sack for the East. And Victor Alvarado, a frustrated young man there, because he had nowhere to look downfield on that 3rd down play, and it brings up 4th down. East All-Stars. No one back right now to return what would be a punt by the West, so the East is coming after this. Punt is away, and it's going to take a bounce for the West. And be down there. And that's where the East All-Stars will take over. NEXGEN Bowl number 5 here coming to you in Edinburgh, Texas. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be. East All-Stars taking on the West All-Stars in the NEXGEN Bowl number 5. East, if you're just joining us, took the opening kickoff, advanced with a first down on their opening drive, ended up turning it over on an interception. Their defense stood tall and give them the football right back, and it's a first down play. Esquivel, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands it off, a jet sweep. Football comes loose, and it's picked up by the East. Good heads-up play to recover that fumble. We'll take a look on the replay here, and you'll see that that was a loose ball there. And a loss on the play of 7 makes it 2nd and 17 for the East All-Stars. And defense thus far is the story in this game. Inside pitch, bouncing off a couple of tacklers, dragging a couple more is Nelson Ratliff. Trying to get back to at least the original line of scrimmage. He'll get that done. But the problem is on the East side is now you're facing 3rd and 10 after that disaster on first down. 3rd and 10. Again, Bert Ruiz on that high side shot. Once we get ribs active, we'll get some good inside shots and up close and personal shots of players. Looking to throw. Pressure. Gets away from a man, gets away from another. Won't get away from the next two. And Esquivel takes a hard hit. And it brings up 4th down. And with that, they'll have a timeout. East and West, it's a scoreless ball game. We'll be right back with more after this.
Elevation, AT4, AT4X, Denali. Case closed. For your GMC, we're professional grade.
Are you looking for a new place on South Padre Island? How about Starney's Hot Dogs and More? These dogs are delicious, and they're made the way you want to order. A new place on South Padre, Starney's Hot Dogs and More. Stop by today.
This is our home. Take a look at home.
We are back here in Edinburgh, Texas. It's the NEXGEN Bowl number 5. East versus West All-Stars. These are 8th grade players who will be transitioning into high school for next year. And a punting situation for the East. It's a high kick, but it's a short kick. And they'll let it bounce. It takes an East bounce across the 45 down to the 43-yard line of the West All-Stars. And they'll bring their offense back onto the field for a second time here in the game. And we got here, the parking lot was filling up. There's a good crowd. You can see the stands over there on the far side. Good crowd on hand here for this. And so far, a lot of defense has been played here in this one. West ran 3 plays from scrimmage on the offensive side before having to punt. And on 2 of the 3 plays, it resulted in a loss of yards on the play. First down play here for the West, an empty backfield. Quarterback slings a pass right side. That's going to be caught. Out across the 45, move made to the 50. That's a first down for the West. A nice pitch and catch there. And the chains will move. Take a look at the replay. Again, they saw pressure, so they decided, well, let's just get the ball out on the side quick and let the receiver do the work. And a nice job of spinning forward for some extra yards and gaining a first down, moving the ball into the east side of the field. West All-Stars on the march here. First down play, an empty backfield again. Quarterback waits, delivers a pass right side. That's caught. About a 7-yard gain, make it an 8-yard gain. Stretching forward, Angel Salinas. We'll check that. That's not Salinas. That's Albert Solis from PSJA North making that catch for the West All-Stars. Alvarado, the quarterback. Empty backfield, drops back, steps up, throws over the middle. That's an incomplete pass. Alvarado took a heavy hit right there. Pressure coming up the middle. Stops the clock, brings up a 3rd down, and to get a 1st down, they'll need to get 3 for the West All-Stars. First quarter action, we're scoreless here. Alvarado takes a snap, delivers a pass right side. That's going to be caught, and a 1st down is stepping out of bounds. On the far side is Justin De La Garza. Both of those players will be going to PSJA North. And a good pass play there for the West All-Stars. And they move the ball deeper down the field against the East. All of this coming through the air. First and 10 for Alvarado. Misdirection there. He wanted to hand that ball off. 3 guys are there, and they'll take him down. Boy, again, heavy pressure coming up the middle, but that's a misread. Jeremiah Davis, who's heading to Harlingen South, was in there first. Take a look here. This is the quarterback's worst nightmare. Turn, hoping to hand the ball off to somebody, and nobody's there. Turn around, nothing but red jerseys coming in front on the replay there. 2nd down, a loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Clock running relatively. Again, we have no score clock to bear. Pressure again, and down he goes again. Another big play for Jeremiah Davis. And take a look at this on the replay and see Davis coming right up the middle, untouched. And nowhere for Alvarado to go on that one. Timeout on the field. East and West scoreless. West was moving the football. And then Jeremiah Davis said, let me make a couple of plays. We'll be right back.
Sunny Glen Children's Home has provided a place of hope for every child since 1936. If you'd like more information on Sunny Glen and the services we offer, please visit us at www.sunnyglen.org.
Back here in Edinburgh, Texas, it's first quarter action on the NEXGEN Bowl number 5. Scoreless ball game, and the West was moving the ball with some success through the air on this drive, but back-to-back plays have them behind the sticks here at 3rd and a bundle. Every bit of 22 yards needed to get a 1st down play here for the West All-Stars. Alvarado, the quarterback, has a back in the backfield for protection, drops back to throw over the middle. That's caught. Yards after the catch up the middle, spinning forward. Good yards gained. Not enough for a 1st down, but a good catch there, and yards after the catch for Justin De La Garza. And take a look again as the West All-Stars getting the job done through the air, and that's yards after the catch. Coaches watching this with interest at the high school level like to see that when a receiver gets greedy after catching the football, trying to get some extra yards. 4th down play for the West. They need 5 to get a first down. Alvarado up to the line. Has a back in the backfield. That's Mendetta. Low snap. Rolls out right side. Waiting. Delivers a ball on the move. It's caught near first down yardage. And they could connect again. De La Garza made the catch. But it's going to be short of first down yardage. So the East All-Stars will take over. West had some success there moving the football, though. Now we'll see how the East responds with the ball inside their 20-yard line to start a drive. Call it the 15 on a first down play. East All-Stars in the red, the West All-Stars in the blue here today. On a first down play, they'll sling a pass here to the short side of the field. Good tackle made there. Short gain there for the East. Jeremiah Davis on the catch. That's either Davis or Ty Alaniz. I'm going to say that's Davis. He's heading to Harlingen South. And I'm at the mercy of a couple of things. A, no spotter. And B, even if I had a spotter, they don't have any notations as to the duplicate numbers and the names. We did our best to try to track as many down as we could during our initial setup. Running play there goes for a short gain. Nelson Ratliff on the carry. Jammer Ruiz chimes in with another camera angle, so we'll get a up front and personal view of the offensive line there for the East All-Stars. Trying to protect here on 3rd and 9. Inside handoff. Running play, left-hand side, and some room down the sideline. First down and more. Big gain. One man to beat down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, East. Big play there for the East All-Stars. Nelson Ratliff, and nobody would catch him. And take a look at this on the replay. Ratliff in the secondary. We didn't get that on the replay. That's okay. We'll get it next time. So a touchdown for the East All-Stars. They go up 6-0. And with the one of the more obvious indicators here, no goalpost. There will be no kicking in this ball game. So a 2-point conversion coming up for the East All-Stars. They'll run it up the middle, and they will get in. East goes on top, 7-0 on a big run by Nelson Ratliff. We'll be back with a kickoff. West All-Stars trailing the East at the NEXGEN Bowl number 5. Back after this.
Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music, savor fresh seafood, and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs, all at the most affordable cost in the Rio Grande Valley. Transfer your TSC credits to a university or start a new career, like Kat Gomez, who graduated from TSC and is now patrolling the streets of Brownsville and serving her community. Register now at tsc.edu/register and study local at Texas Southmost College.
Back here at the NEXGEN Bowl number 5, the East All-Stars on top by the score of 8-0 here. And we go into the second quarter of play. We'll check that on our score clock, get the time right. As we flip the field, and so the West will now be going left to right as the East will kick it off. Low kick, fielded, and quick carry out across the 45-yard line for the West All-Stars. Justin De La Garza on that kick return. And so the West All-Stars will have to go to work down a score here in this one. In an 8-0 game. West, last time on the field, was able to move the ball, get a couple of first downs. All coming through the air, nothing doing on the ground thus far. On a first down play, they'll look to throw, and that's overthrown incomplete on the far side. Intended receiver over there was Jody Gomez. He'll be playing at Palmview. Really no chance for him to climb the ladder and get that. And it brings up 2nd and 10. For this West team. Second down play. Low snap. Running play up the middle. That'll gain yards. Good carry right up the middle that time by Gomez. He'll end up being brought down about 3 yards shy of a first down. For the West. Third and 3. Get it across that 45-yard line, you're close. You got to get it to the 44 to get a first down for the West. And nothing doing there as the East is able to shut that play down. Too much penetration there. By this East All-Stars, and it brings up 4th down for the West. And now if you're the West, you're in this decision-making time. You got to get it across that 44 to assure a first down. So every bit of a 3-yard gain needed here for the West. If not, you're going to give the ball to the East with half the field to work with and try to build on a lead. 4th down play for the West. They'll run it and not get it. East stands tall and makes a play. Take a look on the replay brought to you on the split screen by South Padre Island. See the replay on your right side. Anytime you're running a sweep and you have to keep running sideways, can't turn upfield, generally bad things happen on the offensive end. So the East take over, and now they can look to see if they can build on their 8-0 lead. Second quarter action here at the NEXGEN Bowl, number 5, here in Edinburgh, Texas. First down play here for the East. Ratliff in the backfield with Cruz Esquivel at quarterback. On a first down play. Running play to the short side of the field. That's going to go for a short gain. Jose Vasquez, who will be playing next at Los Fresnos on that carry on that jet sweep. And it brings up 2nd and 10 after no gain on first down. Second and 10. Esquivel looks at the sideline for the play. He's got it. And ready to go here. And in motion, they'll fake that. Hand it off on an inside to carry, and nothing doing. Big hit delivered there as Liam Mendetta from PSJA North was able to get in the backfield in a hurry. Watch this. On the replay, they used the receiver as a little misdirection here, coming across in motion. Mendetta wasn't fooled. He just waited, hit the first guy coming at him with the ball in his hands, and dropped him for a loss. 3rd and 14 for the East All-Stars. They'll go with motion again. Esquivel rolls out to the right side, waiting, delivers a ball downfield, has a man down there, but it's incomplete. Slipping in the backfield, Jeremiah Davis had got behind the secondary. Just couldn't catch up to that pass delivered. And it brings up 4th down for the East. If Esquivel would have had a little more time to deliver that pass, that may have resulted in a much bigger play. So the West All-Stars able to breathe a sigh of relief there. After getting a stop. Esquivel stays in at quarterback on this play. 4th down, rolls out right side, waiting, looking, delivering a pass. It's going to be picked off by the West. As the ball bounced off the wide receiver and the interception was made, it looks like that's Noah Tornero out of Edinburgh Vela. Take a look at the replay. Esquivel had a receiver down there. It's off that receiver, though, and off the carom. The interception for the West. So now the West gets to start a drive at the East 46-yard line. One-score game. It's an 8-0 ball game. For the East All-Stars on top. First down play here for the West. First down play, pressure coming, pass delivered, it's caught. Maybe a yard gain on that play. Brings up second down and 9 if they give him the yard gained. Yeah, football with the nose at the 45. That's a 1 yard gain on a pass completion. Brings up second and 9. For the West All-Stars. Alvarado. Pressure coming, gets away from one man. Second man tries to get him, stays on his feet, and finally slings the ball out of bounds. And the discussion now with the officials was there anybody other than you that could have caught that ball? He reached back wanting to throw a flag, and there it is. The first official came over. He had his hand in his pocket ready to throw the flag because the ball came right at him. Good job communicating there as he went to the other official just to make sure, hey, was there anybody behind me? Because otherwise I was the only guy that could catch that pass. And it happened behind the line of scrimmage. And so the West will be penalized here. Ball back across the midfield stripe. Back on the West side. And that'll be a loss of down, so it's third down. And 17 yards to go for a first down. Quarterback gets the ball downfield in traffic. Caught! Big catch there for the West. And how about going up and getting that one, Justin De La Garza out of PSJA North. Or PSJA, that is. See if we got a good angle on that on the replay. Nice catch on third down there. Makes it a first down for the West All-Stars as they'll move the chains. First and 10 for the West. Alvarado fakes the handoff, is drilled. Huge hit delivered there. Jaden Verestegi with a crunching blow there. And a penalty flag thrown as well. Wow. We'll take a look at this. Looked like a clean hit delivered. But a penalty flag thrown. So the chains move for the West. Again, I don't see, I'm going to watch a replay again. Was there any celebration at all after this? Clean hit there. No flag yet. Flag came right after that. And so I guess there was some talking going on afterwards. And it was close enough that the official threw the flag. Alvarado pressured again. Here he comes. Gets rid of that one. Once again, I don't think there was anyone within 20 yards of that play wearing a blue jersey. Ball did cross the line of scrimmage. So no penalty on the play, but the East All-Stars pinning their ears back and coming after Alvarado on that play. and bringing up 3rd and 10 for the West All-Stars. We're here in the first half, closing minutes of the first half. We'll come up with some highlights for you at halftime. Not sure how long they're going to put on the clock for this halftime show. Alvarado pressured again, delivers a ball that's going to be intercepted by the East. Well, no interception, they just got the ball loose. Take a look at the replay here. A bang play there. 4th. Chain Gang says it's 3rd down. For the West. Alvarado takes a low snap, has a little time this time, delivers the ball, and it's off the hands of the receiver, right on the money on the pass, but an incomplete pass. Jody Gomez out of who's heading to Palmview, had that ball delivered right on the spot. 4th down now for the West All-Stars. 4th and 10. West keeps their offense on the field. Alvarado has a back in the backfield for protection. That's Mendetta. And as the snap comes through, nobody on the West side except for the center was ready to set that play in motion. In this case, the officials give the better of the two choices to the West, and that is we'll just call a penalty on the play instead of a live football and a fumble. Timeout for the West, 4th and 15 when we return.
Time to take a new look, maybe your first look at Buick. If smart, hip, and affordables for you, Buick's your brand. For your Buick, Brownsville, Texas.
Back here as we are getting close to the halftime break. And like I said at the beginning of this game, there is no scoreboard here for reference for us to get a true indication as to how much time is left on the clock. Camera put an extra minute on there, but that's a rough estimate. Nobody here giving us any guide as far as time remaining. 4th down play for the West. That ball is delivered downfield, and it's overthrown incomplete, and the East will take over on downs. So the East All-Stars bring the offense on the field. They'll spot the ball at the 30. On a 1st down play here. East with the only score in the first half. And they'll run it here, and look out. Down the sideline, he's gone. This is going to be a 70-yard touchdown. Nelson Ratliff to the house. 70-yard score. And watch on the replay, Ratliff got to the secondary and nobody going to catch him. He's heading to San Benito, my friends. Greyhound fans going to get a little excited on that as the East goes up 14-0 on a one-play, 70-yard drive. Extra point for the East, 2-point conversion in motion here. We just got an indicator. There's 2 minutes left here in the half. Pass play for the 2-point conversion, and that's incomplete. And the East will kick it off. They lead 14-0. 2 minutes left in the first half of the East-West Next-Gen Bowl, number 5 from Edinburgh. This is Rio Sports Live. Back here as we get set for the kickoff for the East All-Stars. Here in this Next-Gen Bowl number 5, you're watching 8th grade football here at the All-Star level. Put on by STX football. And a 14-0 lead for the East, and everything's in place except for the football, which they get from the sideline. The East will kick it off. Two touchdown runs in the first half by Nelson Ratliff. Just enough wind to blow that football off the tee. That wind now coming through on our crowd mic a little more prominent than what it was earlier. No rain predicted today, but it's coming in the next couple of days, so we've been told. Kickoff here for the East All-Stars. And that's a loose football picked up by the East. Strange play there. And take a look. This is a live football down there. And the East able to make the play. And will get the ball. So if it wasn't a momentum switch already with the touchdown run by Ratliff, now the East on the kickoff able to recover the football and set the offense deep in West territory on this first down play. Up the middle's Ratliff, bounces off a tackler, spins past another, hit by a couple more. He'll gain 4 or 5. He's now in a hurry-up mode as we are under the 2-minute mark. And the official will blow the whistle, and that may do it. Yep, halftime has arrived. Well, they had one play to run there. I don't think it's halftime just yet. Let's see. Let's hold our horses here. Back after this. The East All-Stars were trying to call a timeout there and get one more play off before the half expired. The officials looked to the side and said, no, we didn't hear that. And so we have officially arrived at halftime here of NEXGEN Bowl 5 with the East All-Stars on top by the score of 14-0 on a couple of Nelson Ratliff touchdown runs. One being a 70-yard variety. He's got over 100 yards rushing in the first half alone for the East All-Stars. Our halftime show brought to you by the City of South Padre Island and by Luke Furia Motors. We'll take a break. I'll come back. I'll give you some first half highlights and more after this.
For lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Tex in Arlington.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
At Marine Military Academy, we educate those who dare to achieve. Those eager to control their future before it controls them. Those who can follow a path so they can eventually make their own. Those ready to join in order to stand out. Welcome to MMA, forging tomorrow's leaders.
South Padre Island. Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music. Savor fresh seafood and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
Congratulations.
Back here at the halftime break here on the NEXGEN Bowl number 5. Coming to you in Edinburgh, Texas. Brought to you by STX Football. Joe Bowling with you. Bert Ruiz, Jammer Ruiz, and Ribs on duty to my side. And it's a 14-0 halftime score with the East All-Stars on top. And let's take a look at some of the first half highlights here today. San Benito and Harlingen in the backfield. Handoff. This is going to be a run, and this is Ratliff. Ratliff takes it down the left side. Ratliff's got some room and gets a big gain there for the on the right side for the East. Esquivel rolls to the short side of the field, waits, delivers a ball. It's going to be picked off by the West. Bring it across the 45, and a tackle made there. Interception. First down play, roll out right side, pressure coming from the East, and down he goes. 3-yard line of the West. They've got to get it to the east side. The 44-yard line will get them a first down. Pressure coming again. And another sack for the East. Their defense stood tall and give them the football right back. And it's a first down play. Esquivel, the quarterback, takes a snap, hands it off, a jet sweep. Football comes loose and it's picked up by the East. First down play here for the West, an empty backfield. Quarterback slings a pass right side. That's going to be caught. Out across the 45, move made to the 50. That's a first down for the West. A nice pitch and catch there for Alvarado. Misdirection there. He wanted to hand that ball off. 3 guys are there, and they'll take him down. Clock running relatively. Again, we have no score clock to bear. Pressure again, and down he goes again. Stars. Alvarado, the quarterback, has a back in the backfield for protection. Drops back to throw over the middle. That's caught. Yards after the catch up the middle. Spinning forward. Good yards gained. Line. Has a back in the backfield. That's Mendetta. Low snap. Rolls out right side. Waiting. Delivers a ball on the move. It's caught. Near first the field to work with and try to build on a lead. Fourth down play for the West. They'll run it and not get it. And 10. Esquivel looks at the sideline for the play. He's got it. And ready to go here. And in motion, they'll fake that, hand it off on an inside. And so there you have just a taste of the first half highlights here in this Next-Gen Bowl number 5. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be. Hey, help give a shout out to some of the fans who may be interested in watching this game. Let's just see what we can do on a Sunday afternoon. See how far we can push the viewership up on a game featuring 8th grade football players that'll be playing at the high school level starting as early as next year from across the Rio Grande Valley. Currently, it's a 14-0 game with the East All-Stars on top. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more after this.
What's next? Can I afford to continue my education? What are my options? At Brownsville ISD Career and Technical Education, you can graduate from high school with a certificate and or license ready to go to work, debt-free. We have a wide range of programs for every student ranging from audiovisual, law enforcement, STEM robotics, electrical, welding, pharmacy, patient care tech, and many more to choose from. That's why Brownsville ISD is the best choice.
Fiber, this is our home. Take a look at what we do.
The standard of excellence has always been Cadillac, so be iconic and drive one. Free your Cadillac, Brownsville, Texas.
Next-Gen Bowl number 5 at the halftime break here in Edinburgh, Texas. The East All-Stars on top by the score of 14-0 as the teams make their way back towards the sidelines. We'll be ready to roll here for the second half of this one. And the West All-Stars are going to have to go to work. The East has been dominating with the running game and on defense. They lead 14-0 second half coming up right after this.
Time at the South Padre Island Crawfish Festival, happening April 12th at the South Padre Island Convention Center. Immerse yourself in crawfish heaven as you taste traditional boils and innovative twists on this Louisiana specialty. Let the good times roll with live music from Morgan Wallen Tribute Band 7 Summers. There'll be plenty of fun for the whole family, and oh yeah, plenty of crawfish. It's the South Padre Island Crawfish Festival.
I'm the new athletic director here. I started here 13 years ago, and 13 years ago, our juniors and seniors were in first grade and kindergarten. As they grew through their lower elementaries, I taught them in 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And now, I've coached them their freshman year, their junior year, their sophomore years, and even this year, their senior year. That's one of the pluses here at our school. We're such a close-knit family type of community. You go to big schools where kids might just be a number.
Back here, NEXGEN Bowl number 5, here as we get set for the second half to start. Appreciate you tuning in wherever you may be. Hey, this week we'll have baseball, we'll have softball, and we'll have some additional coverage coming your way. Just watch our social media posts for where the games will be and who will be featured. Always looking for announcers, always looking for camera operators to join us here on the RSL Network. I'm Joe Bowling. I'm the one that started this whole excursion. I'd be happy to talk to you if you want to be an announcer here on the RSL Network. Whether it's in the summertime, featuring 7-on-7 coverage to get your feet wet for football season. If you want to join us for football season next year, just reach out, email me, RioSportsLive@gmail.com, and simply put, I'd like to work for you. I'll be the first to respond. East All-Stars kicking off. They're in the red uniforms, leading 14-0, going right to left as we start this second half. West had 2 interceptions in that first half, so they did make some plays. But the big story was Nelson Ratliff on his running attack. And then the defense, a stingy defense played by the East All-Stars. That ball is on the sideline. It stays in bounds, and the West is able to recover it. So the West All-Stars will take over first down. Oftentimes in these type of ball games, it's hard for coaches to pull kids aside and say, all right, let's make some adjustments to what they're doing in the first half. Remember, these are all-star players that they know each other because they played against each other. But most of this comes down to let's draw up a couple of plays and let's let athletes be athletes. And players just go make some plays, and we'll let this sort out from there. See the West All-Stars on a first down play here. First play from scrimmage to start the second half. They'll look to pass. That's off the receiver. It slides out of bounds, incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the West All-Stars. Second and 10. For the West. Time to throw. Quarterback over the middle. That's caught for the West All-Stars and a big first down. Out across the 45-yard line. Albert Solis, who's going to PSJA North, broke free here, and watch, it first started with time for the quarterback to deliver that pass, and that's into triple coverage. And the big wide receiver goes up, makes the catch, moves the chains for the West All-Stars, and they now operate at the 45 of the East. First and 10. Alvarado's been the quarterback from start to finish here in this. And he's ready to go on this first down play. Drops back to throw again. Over the middle, that's tipped and incomplete. Big hit delivered there by the East. They tried to go back and find Solis, but this time the East All-Stars defense shows what it's like to pay the price of going over the middle to catch a pass. Big hit delivered there. 2nd and 10 on the incomplete pass. Ball at the 45 of the East. West looking for their first score of the game. Trailing 14-0 here in this third quarter of play. Deep ball downfield, that's going to be incomplete. Receiver broken off the route. The only guy that really had a chance to catch that was wearing an East uniform. That's Ian De Leon, who's going to be going to Harlingen. Even De Leon couldn't get to it. And it brings up 3rd and 10 for the West. Ball at the 45. I had to take a picture and show you what I'm looking at to see the field. If I said I was calling this game by Braille, I'd be close. I can look at my screen and see the camera that Bert's got going, though. So I'm better than you think. I'll take a picture of my view from the table. Play made there as the East bursts through and makes a tackle. And that's what we were seeing in the first half. Was the East just making some tackles and getting up through the line of scrimmage to make plays. And now it's 4th down after a big completed pass. Ball back at the 50-yard line for the West. They need 15 yards to get a first down here, and here comes whistles and penalties. And that'll be 5 more yards taxed against the West. And the promising drive is now in jeopardy. And now they may have to just look at punting this ball just to try to flip the field position. Or else they give the ball to the East All-Stars at the West 45. They'll punt it. End over end kick. Nobody back there. They'll let it bounce. Takes a West roll inside the 30, and the East All-Stars will bring the offense onto the field. Here the coaches over here on the sideline talking to the defenders. And they recognize that that big play on that drive was the pass. After the big completed pass, the West tried to go right back over the middle to Justin De La Garza. And he was dislodged from the football on a crunching hit. And that seemed to turn up the volume quite a bit for the East All-Stars on the defensive end. First down play here for the East. And this time the West is there, and they'll bring down the ball carrier for a very short gain. Nelson Ratliff had that huge first half. His first carry here goes for negative yards. He'll lose 2 on the play and bring up 2nd and 12. Ribs camera back in action. We like that shot. Field level. Let's give you a view from field level on this play for the East All-Stars. Take it up high with Bert. Tackle made there by the West. East able to get to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Maybe a yard gain, still 3rd and 11 for the East. On this play. Third down for the East. Got to get it across the 43 to get a first down. High snap. Ratliff on the carry. He'll gain 7 on the play.
Hey,
7 minutes left here in the third quarter play. Jammer's trying to figure out which official is actually sending those numbers over to the coaching staff so we can kind of keep an eye on that. Just a peek behind the scenes. 4th and 6 for the East All-Stars. Ball at their own 36-yard line, or check that 33-yard line. So here's where if the coaching staff says, hey, we trust the offense to get a first down, that's great. They're also sending a message that we trust the defense. If we don't, they'll run the play. Look to throw. Pass play. Caught. First down for the East and more. Now off to the races. It's going to be a touchdown. East All-Stars score it. On 4th and 6, they'll go for 67 yards and score the touchdown. And you'll see the pass delivered there and watch the move made right there. And the spin and then the speed. And to the house for the East All-Stars for the touchdown. On a 4th and 6, another big play for the East All-Stars. They go up 20-0. Extra point coming up. 2-point variety for the East. Two-point conversion for the East. It's Ratliff up the middle, takes on a couple of tacklers, and he won't get in. But the East All-Stars are able to put more points on the board. They lead 20-0. Kickoff coming up.
Let's have a name.
Have a finger-licking good time at the South Padre Island Crawfish Festival, happening April 12th at the South Padre Island Convention Center. Immerse yourself in crawfish heaven as you taste traditional boils and innovative twists on this Louisiana specialty. Let the good times roll with live music from Morgan Wallen Tribute Band, 7 Summers. There'll be plenty of fun for the whole family, and oh yeah, plenty of crawfish. It's the South Padre Island Crawfish Festival.
Elevation, AT4, AT4X, Denali. Case closed. For your GMC, we're professional grade.
Are you looking for a new place on South Padre Island? How about Starny's Hot Dogs and More? These dogs are delicious. And
back here, ready to go for the kickoff. We've had a bunch of those for the East All-Stars. As they kick off here after scoring their 3rd touchdown of the game. They've scored a touchdown in every quarter. Onside kick here, takes a bounce and goes out of bounds. West All-Stars now trailing 20-0. And this is where you look at it and say, well, all right, abandon the running game, let's go to the passing game. But in reality, that happened after about the second drive of the day for the West All-Stars. They went predominantly with the passing game. So now the East can just pin their ears back and come after them a little harder. They'll run the ball here. Good carry here for 9 yards. Jody Gomez on the carry. Gomez on his way to Palmview High School. Good carry for 8 yards. Brings up a 2nd and 8 for the West All-Stars. Handoff again. And this time, that's shut down. Another tackle made there by J.D. Verstegui. Verstegui going to Ed Couch Elsa High School. Doesn't take long to find big number 99 out there on the field. He is a huge young man. On the other side, you look at Jeremiah Salas for the West, wearing number 77, a big, strong-looking lineman on that O-line for the West. Quarterback keeper Alvarado, and there he is again. The Verstegui says, hey, I can take on the runner, now I'll take on the quarterback. And it all starts with penetration, and watch how he just blows through the line of scrimmage on this replay. He's in the backfield. Once he got his hands on the quarterback, it was lights out. Loss on the play brings up 4th down. Still 7 yards to go for the West All-Stars. Ball at the 49 of the East. West will have to get it across the 30, check that, the 44 to get a first down. Quarterback has time, delivers the ball over the middle. That's going to be incomplete. A turnover on downs. And the East All-Stars will take over, leading 20-0 as the sun comes out for the first time today. I'm all for sunshine, but I really don't need any today. We're out here in the elements with the computers, with the video mixer. I was okay with cloud cover. Be sure to give a shout out and a share, if you will, on where you're watching this game. Help other fans get to it. On a Sunday, I know it's a lot of NCAA basketball going on with the March Madness, but hey, we got a little high school football action here live from Edinburgh. And the NEXGEN Bowl 5 put on by STX Football. First down play here for the East All-Stars. And they'll run it up the middle. Now to the outside. Gaining good yardage once again is Ratliff. You can see he has got just that first step. He's in high speed. Good looking running back coming up through the ranks. Destination, San Benito. Handoff here, new tailback, and this time nowhere to go. Iker Marine out of PSJA was the first guy there to make a play. And a gain of about 2 brings up 2nd and 8. nearing the end of this third quarter. East All-Stars in no real hurry. A little confusion on the sideline trying to get a play in. I think they're still confused. Two backs in the backfield. Man in motion, and they'll snap it to the motion man. Now they'll get it to the outside, turn it upfield. Big hit delivered there by the West. And here come the penalty flags. Extracurricular stuff going on after the play. We'll show you on the initial play, on the replay. That hit coming in from the blind side. And then penalty flags coming in. And now they'll march it off against the West. And it's a biggie of 15 yards. Now the East All-Stars in a red zone possession, but that'll have to start in the fourth quarter. Third quarter is history. It's 20-0. East leads. Back after this.
Order. A new place on South Padre, Starney's Hot Dogs and more. Stop by today.
Fiber, this is our home. Take a look at home.
Back here, we get ready to start the fourth quarter of play. 12 minutes on the clock. East All-Stars leading 20-0 and getting hungry for some more points on the board here as their offense has the football. In near red zone territory. And a first down play. Quarterback looks to throw, waits, delivers a ball downfield, and it's just out of reach, incomplete. Incomplete pass there. So 2nd and 10. For the East All-Stars. The East wants to call a timeout. They run one play, and we have to take a timeout here in the fourth quarter. East leads at 20-0. We'll be right back.
Provided a place of hope for every child since 1936. If you'd like more information on Sunny Glen and the services we offer, please visit us at www.sunnyglen.org.
South Padre Island. Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music, savor fresh seafood, and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
Sherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. Sherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
When you study local at Texas Southmost College, you can choose from over 50 associate degree programs, certificates, and workforce training programs, all at the most affordable cost in the Rio Grande Valley. Transfer your TSC credits to a university or start a new career, like Kat Gomez, who graduated from TSC and is now patrolling the streets of Brownsville and serving her community. Register now at tsc.edu/register and study local.
Back here, ready to go. One play in the books in the fourth quarter. East called a timeout after an incomplete pass, and they'll face 2nd and 10, leading in this game by the score of 20-0. And a 2nd down play coming up. Handoff, Ratliff running right side. Ratliff for the 3rd time on the day in the end zone, touchdown. Nelson Ratliff. See if we got this on the replay. We asked him not to run to that side of the field. And it's 26-0. And 3 touchdowns scored by Nelson Ratliff on the day. 2-point conversion coming up for the East All-Stars. East side dominating here today. 2-point conversion, corner of the end zone, and dropped. Kickoff coming up.
Time to take a new look, maybe your first look at Buick. If smart, hip, and affordable is for you, Buick's your brand. For your Buick, Brownsville, Texas. Kickoff coming up for the East All-Stars at the NEXGEN Bowl number 5 here. And this kickoff sails into the end zone. So the West All-Stars will bring their offense onto the field. You know, that commercial that ran right before that for Forever Memories in San Benito, wow, we have been busy over there. An expansion, an assistance, giving a major league assist to Sunny Glenn and the children's home. They needed to repurpose a building in Harlingen. And so they reached out. They knew that my wife Dahlia and I had a store that we run, Forever Memories. It's a record store, but it used to be a vintage store. And so in the blink of an eye, we opened up a second building and allowed Sunny Glenn to use that primary building for an activities center coming up. And we kept the thrift side going for Sunny Glenn, which benefits their operation. So Stop by 247 North Sam Houston for, yes, records, and now with Sunny Glenn and the thrift store, which was formerly Vintage on Jackson in Harlingen. West All-Stars, 2nd and 12, and they've been behind the sticks more than they've been in front of them for most of this game, thanks to this defense played by the East. It's been a strong defensive show, and then the Nelson Ratliff show on offense for this East All-Star team. West looking for something, some kind of magic here in this fourth quarter. And a good tackle made there on a wide sweep. Alvarado on the dead run, managed to gain the lost yards back, got a half yard forward. It's 3rd and 9 coming up. Make it 9.5 for the West All-Stars. Third and, call it 10 for the West. Alvarado, the quarterback, ready to go here. Gets rid of the ball, got a man downfield, just turned it over. Penalty on the play, but Jody Gomez had beaten his man in the secondary. Turned inside. Had he turned outside from the start, he probably would have run underneath that and scored. Still nearly caught the ball. On the penalty, it's against the West. It'll be declined by the East, and so it's 4th and 10 for the West All-Stars. Alvarado takes a low snap, punts it away. They'll get out of the way of that. It'll roll dead for the East at the West 45. Quick break, right back after this.
Truck Techs in Harlingen is your source for lifts, wheels, and tires. Talking trucks of any size, any model, and any year. Specializing in accessories with top-of-the-line products to bring that special look to your truck in a professional way. Lifts, wheels, and tires, with financing available too. Call today or stop by Truck Techs in Harlingen.
Back here, East All-Stars with the football in their hands once again. And they'll start this drive at the West 45. We're in the fourth quarter of play here. Deep in the backfield is Ratliff. He'll take the pitch. He's going to throw. Ratliff delivers the ball downfield. Got a man wide open. Caught. Touchdown. Wait, they may bring it back. Ty Alanis, who's going to Rio Hondo. Let's look at the replay and I'll talk about the penalty. And how about the arm displayed here by Nelson Ratliff? But a penalty flag on the play is going to bring it back. It'll
be called against the East. So it wipes out the touchdown pass. Still East football, but a 5-yard penalty takes them back to the midfield stripe. It's still first down, but now 1st and 15. Back to action. Ratliff going to carry it this time. Drags a couple of guys forward. Ends up gaining a couple. Matthew Reyna, who's going to Mission Veterans, in on the tackle. Quick snap, quick handoff. Ratliff again. Brought down. Tackle made there by Angel Vasquez, who's going to Mac High. A little frustration coming out on the West as it's been rare that they've got their sights to get a clean hit off on Nelson Ratliff. He's torched them with his long touchdown runs. So some hard hitting there. Brings up 3rd and 4 for the East. Timeout call, we'll just keep it right here. High school baseball, high school softball. Still got track and field going on right now in this time of year. We'll have coverage coming throughout the week on the RSL network. A lot of talk over here on the east side that they're better, and they're talking it with a scoreboard too, my friends. It's 26-0. Can't argue that. Putting it on the West here today and leading 26-0. Third and 5 for the East. Esquivel has time to throw, delivers a ball downfield. That's caught and touchdown. East again scores through the air. It all starts with timing. Watch on the replay as Esquivel has a ton of time. And then yards after the catch. And the East scores. On the conversion, Ratliff is in. It's all East. And they're kicking off after this.
My son Leo just graduated from high school, but also with his associate degree from Texas Southmost College at no cost at all. Not having that financial burden was so helpful to our family. That's 2 years we did not have to pay for.
All of my TSC credits transferred to UTRGV, and I am so grateful to go into my major debt-free.
Let's bring it back. That was a touchdown run by Ratliff, so tally another touchdown for Ratliff. They gave an indication it was going to be a touchdown pass, and that was a 2-point conversion. Now they'll go for the 2-point conversion. Esquivel looks to throw, now going to keep it, runs it, he's in. And now the East complete the score and the 2-point conversion. And now they'll be kicking off. Dominating performance on the East side, 2025 version of the NEXGEN Bowl, number 5.
At Marine Military Academy, we educate those who dare to achieve. Those eager to control their future before it controls them. Those who can follow a path so they can eventually make their own. Those ready to join in order to stand out. Welcome to MMA, forging tomorrow's leaders.
South Padre Island. Enjoy endless activities for all ages. Then dance the night away with live music, savor fresh seafood, and discover unique food trucks and shop our charming boutiques. What are you waiting for? Escape the everyday at South Padre Island.
Back here ready to kick off for the East All-Stars. West All-Stars. Try to close out on a positive note. We'll get their hands on the football here. And they'll field it at the 20. Across the field to the 25 and slipped at the 30. So the West will have it. First and 10 at the 30-yard line. That was Albert Solis, who's going to PSJA North on the return. You know, you look at the score and say, well, closing minutes, what do you do out here? And if you're these players, you have to realize that high school coaches are watching this stuff saying, I want to see how guys respond. I know I can give them plays. I know I can get them in shape. But the mental aspect is how can they play when their chips are down? And where's the effort? So don't kid yourself that games like this, even in scoring situations like this, mean something as these coaches are trying to evaluate these players. Quarterback threw the ball down in the ground on that play. They're going to call that a fumble. Now they'll move it forward and call it an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10 for the West All-Stars. Our appreciation to everyone at the STX Football for assisting us and getting us the rosters. George Montes facility here, always a class act as far as a place to come and broadcast games. Another big play made on the defensive side by the East All-Stars. I'll give a mention out as well. One of the sponsors for STX is Jake's New and Used Auto Parts. Want to give them a shout out. They assisted in getting this thing put together. That's it. Final score, 34-0. The East All-Stars win it. Our player of the game, it's an easy choice today. Nelson Ratliff, who's on his way to San Benito, will be our Rio Sports Live player of the game. Our post-game show brought to you by the City of South Padre Island and by Luke Furia Motors. Bert Ruiz on the camera, Jammer Ruiz assisting today. The team's meeting out at the midfield area. And players that were teammates today will now look and say, well, I had some fun playing alongside of you. I'll see you when you're in a new uniform, and we'll look across the field at each other from here on in many cases. You had San Benito and Harlingen, Brownsville Veterans, Los Fresnos, Ed Calchelsa, and Raymondville all on the same side, on the east side. They'll all be playing at various high schools. So this will be the last time you'll see these players together unless they're involved in a all-star festivity postseason after next high school season. On the west side, you had guys from PSJA that are going to PSJA North, Palmview, Mission Veterans, Mac High, Nicky Rowe, Edinburgh Vela, all on the field as they meet out at the midfield area for the trophy presentation here for NEXGEN 5, which is dominated by this east side. Nelson Ratliff, he planted that flag there at the midfield stripe for the RGV East. He's our player of the game. So be watching for social media posts with Nelson Ratliff. We'll try to get an interview with him as well. That's going to do it for our broadcast. We're going to get out of this bright sunshine. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast here on the RSL Network. Final score, RGV East wins it 34-0. From this time till next time, I'm Joe Bowling on the RSL Network, and so long.
And I've got my plan. I say lob it to Ryan Perez in the paint off a couple of screens. Esquivel to Garcia. Off the deflection. Los Fresnos comes back and wins. Santa Maria will put up a three.